So just want to quickly document a recap of what just happened. I'll try to get it all out in the first minute or two here. And then anything after that is just going to be details. So if you're listening to this to get the meat of it, it's in the first few minutes. I took a new notice, not a motion this time. I filed a notice. It was 4 pages, and I brought it to the courthouse, and I went to file it. Now, the last several times, I thought we had a deal. Like, we had met up there with the bailiffs already, and it had been established that all I'm here to do is to file a document. That's all. They're like, well, you can't record. I go, the only reason I want to record is if something other than me being allowed to file documents is going on. So if you allow me to file documents, I'll never want to record. The recording is only to, and I took the time to tell them this. I said, the recording is only to prove what is said in this room. Because when I tell the truth of what's said here to the judge, if he doesn't like that reality, he just says, that doesn't happen. He ignores me, pretends I lied, and just goes about his business, see? So I have to have proof to defend myself, okay? And I thought we had that deal. So the last several times I've just gone in there, handed it to him, said thank you with a smile, being very polite to these young ladies, and then I leave. And that's what it's been for, I think, 3 times in a row now. I went to do the same thing, but this time I get, oh, okay, 1 minute, I'll be right back. So I'm like, oh, here it comes. Johnson doesn't like, me filing anything. Boy, that last one hurt him yesterday. And so now they're training these people to try and throw up a roadblock like I couldn't see this coming. So I immediately go to hit record on my audio only recorder. There's I'll be very nice to this woman. She just doesn't like me. She's the only one really in there that acts like she doesn't like me or is annoyed by me. So she pops her head from around the corner where she was concealing herself and then says, I just heard that beep go on. Turn off your recorder. You can't record in here. Like she just knew I was in there and knew to hide and knew to listen for it. And nah, gotcha. Popped out and got me, right? So at this moment, I'm like, okay, this is going to be one of those times. Not a big deal. Done this a million times before. Let's take this building set of emotion I feel and just set that to the side because that's completely worthless. That's not going to do anybody any good whatsoever. Well, not me any good whatsoever. And so I'm just going to go into documentation mode. So I said, okay, for sure, let's go worst case scenario and prepare for it. They're calling security. Bing. I go, hey, I'd like you to call a bailiff up here so that I'm the one requesting it, right? I then leave. Get out. And I start, I go live on the YouTube, and I'm just holding it there, ready to just listen. So now I'm out in the hallway, right? Keep in mind, there's no rule on their door that says there's no recording in here. I tried to, I'm sorry, we're at 3 minute mark. I'm trying to be quick. So what ended up happening is there was already a cop when I came back from messing with YouTube, and then another bailiff was there that I think I'm familiar with, and everybody had a conversation, and then you heard everything. But I'm just trying to relay to these people personally. It's not about you. I'm not interested in putting you, I'm certainly not putting anybody's face. I don't care about your rules. Rules are for arraigned people. I'm not arraigned. And if she looked this up, she would know that that's actually true. And that court rules are for arraigned people. Anyway, yeah, so Johnson adapting, like, oh, I know, we're just gonna see if he'll buy it, and he goes, oh, we can't file this because of blah, 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 blah. That's not gonna work. Anything you ever try is not going to work, okay? I'm ready at a moment's notice. I've done this a million times before. There's no roadblock you could throw up in front of me that I'm easily not gonna knock down and step over. It was effortless. My phone is ready to go. Boom, everything is being recorded. Even if you have very polite, very professional bailiffs in this room, and you just heard me. I'm like, yep, that's the rule, and I'm gonna do it. You heard me completely comply with them with 0 problems whatsoever. I do that for a reason. Even if I don't agree with what I'm saying, I don't care. Because they're so professional, I give 0 issues whatsoever. Yep, that's the rule, and I'm gonna abide by it. And I do. I do. Clearly. It's clear to everybody I didn't record the last hearing, or I would have posted it. So anyway, let's wrap this up with a story that I completely forgot to tell everybody. And that story is how the last hearing started. And how it started was him going, Joseph Pierce, blah, blah, please step forward. And he said, if you would, come and step forward and have a seat on this chair. Now, I know he wants me to go to the desk and sit at the chair and help pretend like, oh, this is legitimate, and that I just obeyed his suggestion, and more importantly, that I can't be automatically standing and animated and expressive and using nonverbal language to communicate, because it's the main reason that I can, when he won't let me communicate verbally, because I'll be held in contempt. So to the other admin and the lawyers in the room, even the opposing ones, I don't care, to the owner of the dog who was there and his these two people that I respect and I have no issue with, and the bailiffs that were in there, right? He doesn't want me winning in their minds. So of course I just don't go past the swing gate and I stand right before it. And he says, oh, you go and stand here. And my voice was like, I said, unless you're gonna threaten me with jail, I'm just gonna stand here like I did last time. You allowed me to do this last time. And he just immediately conceded. So that was the point. Oh, it's gonna be long, we're gonna be comfortable, as if he cares about my comfort. So then after that, I said, oh, good morning, Judge, blah, 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 blah. And I said, oh, okay. There's a cop in my parking lot and he's just doing a circle. And so I didn't know why. So I was just like, oh, okay. So I am trying to act like I'm going about my normal business. He's sitting here to rewind at me. I think I'm going to just leave. There's a cop right here now, so I'm going to end this, but I'm going to keep the live stream going. He might just be parking there out of a coincidence because, whatchamacallit, it's cold in here, because he's watching for traffic or whatever, trying to get tickets or whatever. In any case, I'm going to continue, and then I'm going to pull out here and leave. So Gary's behind me. Gary's watching this, and Johnson goes, starts saying something to the other lawyer or somebody else on that side. But I had said, okay, well, good morning, Judge. I said some kind of greeting in some way, shape, or form. And he just ignored me. And so I said it a little bit louder, and he purposefully ignored me as if I wasn't there or wasn't doing anything or whatever. And so then I yelled it out louder. Sorry, I'm way preoccupied by the police here. I yelled it louder and he ignored me again. I yelled it so loud that it was like as loud as I could yell. Like, hello, Judge Johnson. And then he couldn't ignore me anymore and had to turn toward me and had to address But he was just trying to signify to everybody that person isn't a human being I have to dignify with a response, let alone acknowledge his presence when we were just here at the beginning of the hearing, you know. And so I was like, okay, whatever. So, yeah, I got to yell at him pretty much as loud as my lungs would go. And then later, of course, he got that yelling at me. All right, I'm gonna run into the store here. Oh, this is a Title I place? I thought this was Dunkin' Donuts. And the Dunkin' Donuts place and get a